It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason. And it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. The ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And we're underway from Seattle. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they'll be led out by a quarterback who entered our league back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team first guy he is, he'd be more than happy.
He's got it deep downfield. And he gets this down near the 30.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Warren once more. And they're going to give him the 24-yard line. He's stopped a step short of that first down marker. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll go again with Warren. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Love the way they decided to keep the drive moving. Brock pounding it forward, sending an early tone on his opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
On first down, here's Rudolph. Has it down close. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. He fields it from the 8. This makes it up to the 25. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And bringing them out, one of the NFL's best stories as of late, a former 3rd overall pick, Brock, who has revitalized his NFL career, Sam Darnold.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And he has him right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First down, and they go right back to it. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage. Injuries like these haven't stopped them from locking up a playoff spot, Brock. They've been able to fight through them to remain one of the best teams in the entire conference.
And I love that word, fight. It's definitely the key one here. There's been tremendous fight, grit, toughness, up and down.
Donald hit, and he fumbles it. And it looks like, yes, they say Steeler football.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. A gain of 15 there. Man, the Steelers have a first down. It's a design boot. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? They'll run with Warren. Fights his way through a tackle. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. They'll run. ETN. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Warren running between the tackles. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Steelers pull that in front further, 13-zip. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those forces before they find paver.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Now Darnold off the play action. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
At the 16-yard line.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Our score, 14-0. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Now Darnold. Here's a screen out for Walker. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down. And he drives this into the pouring rain. Across midfield. And he gets this one down to the 27. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Now come out throwing. That's DK on the slant. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 2nd and 3 now. Trying an inside give to Warren. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number one, got to control that nose tackle. Number two, you got to get people to the 2nd level. That was teaching tape.
On 1st, it's Warren again. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. It's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw here. And it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a 20-zip lead. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Boswell to add the PAT. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Steelers stretch their lead to 21. Now Boswell on to send this away. Returnable from the 1. And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
Play fake. Darnold. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that gives the Seahawks the 1st. Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from Lumen Fields coming right up. Throwing on 1st. Here's Darnold. Hits him on the out route. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the gun, Darnold. Going deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it looks like, yes, they say Steeler football.
You know, Kate, defenders today are top. Don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
On 1st down, Warren. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. Gets a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. He'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone. Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Now Warren. He gets 6 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. And we haven't even hit the break yet, but already we're looking at this likely becoming a 100-yard game for him in the very near future, and expect more to follow after that. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. On the play action, here's Rudolph. Catch is made in close. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second, but it closed just in time to keep him out. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Warren. And he's in for the touchdown. The Steelers get more points to end a lopsided first half. Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers continue piling on to this lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Line up the design keeper. So we've reached halftime, Brock, in a lopsided contest so far. Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the 3rd quarter. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So as we get set to begin the 3rd quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Walker on 1st down. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, one secret ingredient on these jet sweeps to take off like that, Kate, it's timing. We talk about timing and precision in the passing game, but it's the same thing on a jet sweep. You got to hand it off just at the right time to capture an edge like he just did.
He'll step up, and there he goes. And there's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
This is Walker on 2nd. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
That one is caught. Bolton has it. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. He'll pick up a 34 yards on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Darnold looking to throw. And in the hands of his running back, Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, partner. That's where they're going to be set up for this first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They give up the gut to Walker. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Missing everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines. Sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but he didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Throwing here, Darnold. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's third and goal. Third and long for him here. And he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the defense are down away from completing this stand. It's fourth and goal. Katie York now on for the field goal. From the left hash, 34 yards away. York knocks it through. And their opening drive does something they couldn't do in the first half, partner. Gets them on the scoreboard.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And this is brought to a halt just across the 10. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And in the closing stretch of this season, right now he is poised to finish as the league leader in receiving yards. All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. Going play action. Rudolph. That's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Back to the air. It's Rudolph. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Throwing on third, Rudolph. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this fourth down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
He connects downfield. They don't get the stop until he reaches that 25-yard line. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on fourth, and they pick up the first down, too. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack brings the offense to fourth down. The Steelers set to punt it. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Seahawks who have possession. They've got a lot of work to do, Brock. They are in a massive hole. From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Out of the gun. Here's Darnold. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 43. Darnold now to throw. Oh, he shovels it forward, complete. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
To throw, here's Darnold. Lost control of another one. And it looks like, yes, they say Steeler football.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up in the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? It'll free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
Warren here from the gun. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Warren. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. So we have to pause here. Team officials saw what we did. We've got a Seahawk that is injured out there. They're going to tend to him now. On 1st down, here's Rudolph. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Back to Warren. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Here we go.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Steelers continue piling it on here in the 4th. Boswell to add the PAT. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Steelers grow their lead yet again. Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. So Mike McDonald's getting his Seahawk offense out for another drive. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they have played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, this drive isn't pertinent to this game maybe anymore, Kate. This drive is for next week. They just want something positive here to end the game and carry forward into the practices ahead.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Seahawks trying to do some window dressing. All right, here we go. Second down. Receiver in motion, going left. Here's Darnold to throw. Loses it again. And the Steelers get to it. And the defense piles on at the end here as they take it back for the touchdown. The Steelers throwing 6 more on the blowout. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot, quickness, right? Usually the corner skill guys, but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers tack on 7 more to their lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. This makes it up to the 25. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Drive begins with he loses the football. And it looks like, yes, they say Steeler football.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And we shouldn't be surprised as they connect in the end zone for yet another touchdown. The Steelers continue adding to an insurmountable lead. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent in through the lane. And the Steelers continue adding on to that lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Drive stuff. It's on the turf. Ball's out. He lost it. But it looks like someone from the Seahawks got on top of it, and they'll get it back. After a fortuitous recovery, this will be 2nd down. Now an inside give to Walker. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. They made it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Darnold. Well, it's free again! And it looks like, yes, they say Steeler football. Oh, boy, Brock, some very unfortunate deja vu offensively here. This is exactly how their last drive came to an end, too.
Yeah, bummer for the offense, but exactly what the defense has worked on this week. Right, they find those ball security culprits and they take advantage of them. They study that tape, Kate, all week long, looking to see who's loose with the football and where they can take advantage of it, and they've done it on back-to-back drives. Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
You're going to pass it here. One's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Not on the same page with his tight end. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. It's in or no. They dropped another one. Pitch dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. Does force a 4th down. Boswell able to knock it through. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Get another shot across the bow of the ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings his ball game to a close. So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Seattle.